VA Nation, Jeff Newton here with National VA Loans. The contact us is 855-956-4040. Today what we're going to talk about is the VA one-time close construction. You heard it right, one-time close. You only have to close your loan once, so let's get after it. All right, so we're going to talk about the one-time close with the VA OTC and how that works for not only for you individually, but for the VA family as a whole, because it is a great loan that is offered by the VA. Not a lot of lenders do it, and if they do it, it's kind of like one of those. Oh, it's one of those specialty loans. So it's where you want to make sure you have someone that knows what they're doing, that does these on a regular basis, so they can actually handle the process for you and make sure that that you're getting it done right. Because the last thing you want to do is get into the middle of a construction loan and have things wrong. So we're going to throw up a little bit of something here. We're going to just look at this more about the one-time close, financial eligibilities. This is, again, we're talking about a VA loan. So we are looking at 100% financing on the VA loan, which is awesome. There's one of the definite highlights. No payments are due from you, the borrower, the veteran, until construction or during the construction period. So once the construction is completed and you get a certificate of occupancy, then the actual loan payments begin. But that's huge. So you want to think about that. That job that could take 8, 9, 10 months, depending on the location you're in, you're not going to be required to pay for any of that or any payments during that time. Single closing. So the biggest thing about the single closing is it does a couple things, and we're gonna kind of touch on this a little bit on the number of different sides of it. So being a single close, number one, it gets it closed quicker. Typically, the loan is going to take between 40 and 50 days, depending on your builder and everything like that. We have gotten them done quicker, but we try to give everyone that kind of expectation. So, but you are only going to close once, and one thing you got to remember is where's the advantage for you only closing this loan once? Well, the biggest advantage is in closing costs. Even if you weren't going to pay costs from a lender for an additional close, you would still have title costs, escrow fees, things like that, appraisal costs that are outside of the loan that you would still incur. So having it only closed once and only having to go to the signing table and do the paperwork one time is a huge advantage to you. Now, the one thing I do like about the VA, or one of the other things I do like about the VA one-time close, is the fact that, again, during that period, you're gonna lock your rate in prior to the initial close. So your interest rate's locked. With the way rates have been going, things have been moving up. It's a good time to lock in so you can avoid anything moving up. But we always got to look at the other side of that coin, and the other side of that coin is, well, what if rates move down during the construction period? Because we could see that happen, especially at the time we're in right now. The beauty of it is, number one, you're locked in the beginning. So whether the rate's 6.5% or 7%, whatever it may be, you're locked in for that initial construction period. If the rates were to go up, no big deal. You're locked in. You've got a secured rate. You're fine. If the rates were to go down by a certain amount, whether it be 50 basis points or 0.5% or 0.75%, if they were to go down at time of completion, if they're still lower than where you're at currently, they will actually not do a refi, not do a separate close. They will just do a recalculation of your interest, and they will put a new interest amount, and you'll have a new mortgage payment versus the old one at the higher interest rate. So not only are you secure by not having, or by getting the rate now and securing yourself against it and going up any further, but you're also positioning yourself to where if it does go down, you're going to be in a great position to lower with it without having to do a refinance or anything like that. So a couple other things about the VA one-time close. Of course, number one, your land is going to be included in there. You don't have to worry about having a separate land loan over here. Then you have your construction loan. They're going to merge those two loans together. So you're only going to have one loan that's going to be guaranteed under the VA, which is huge if you ask me. It is still 100% financing, so you don't have to worry about coming out of pocket with anything. In certain cases, you might have closing costs and things like that are going to be incurred that you're going to have to pay, but there's always ways to work through that as well, to where a lot of times you can get into even a construction loan without any kind of money out of pocket. So those are two of your biggest things. And then, of course, your build. You get the opportunity to choose the builder that you want, to choose the floor plan that you want, and to choose all the finishings and all that kind of stuff. So it makes it really nice, really packaged, and makes it really accessible for all the veterans out there. One thing that you do want to consider when you're doing this loan is, where am I going to buy? Where am I going to build? Where am I going to put everything? Where's the land going to be? location. Really, location is going to be your kind of your number one thing. Uh, whether it's you're going to be building in the state that you currently live in, or if you're going to be moving to a different state and then building there, we've seen it all from all different sides. It doesn't matter as long as you know the location. So location is pretty key in this. There's always opportunities to find land. There's always opportunities to find the builder to build the home, but location is going to be a big key on this. Again, if you guys have questions on this, you can visit us at nationalvaloans.com or give any of our VA specialists here a call at 855-956-4040. If you'd like to go ahead and just apply for the VA one-time close or any VA home loan, you can do that at nationalapplynow.com or scrolling right there across the bottom. We'd be more than happy to, again, once we get all the information, we get the application, we can go in and figure exactly what we can do, what your budget is, and where you might be able to build and what kind of house that you can be able to build. Again, it's 855-956-4040 or nationalapplynow.com. Folks, until next time, we appreciate you. We appreciate your service. Thank you for everything you've done for us. Take care of yourself and God bless.